Is taking a car loan a good financial idea? There are some Kenyans who believe that it's an absolute mistake to buy a car on loan, while others are more open to the idea. However, when it comes to how you spend your money, there is no right or wrong answer. But here are four instances when taking a car loan can be a good financial decision. Number one is when the cost of financing the car is cheaper, and this could be you are ready to buy a car that's worth 1,000,000 shillings, but then you get someone who is offering you, or which is accessible to some Kenyans because of either the nature of their job or the credit profile. They are able to take a loan where they are paying 12%, 13%, or even lower than 10% on the asset financing cost. Now, these 1,000,000 shillings, you have other alternatives where you can invest it for a higher return. For example, you have a business that's going to you 25%. So by getting the car on loan, which is at a cheaper rate than the rate at which your money can grow, then you're having a net profit. So if you can afford a car in cash, and the cost of getting the car on loan is lower than the cost you will get on an investment. It could either be a passive investment like bonds or shares, or it could be an active investment like a business. Then it may make sense for you to buy the car through finance it instead of paying in cash. Number two is for business use. If you are running a business, cash flow is more important than anything. So if you have 2,000,000 shillings, you have 10,000,000 shillings, even for the most moneyed people, they opt to preserve this money as cash flow because it's going to make them more money. And then they can service the asset, which is a car, through financing, which is also a form of a car loan. So with most businesses in Kenya, whether it's bus companies, whether you go to factories, many of them prefer to take a car loan to get the cars instead of paying in cash, because preserving cash flow management protects the business, and even the car that you have bought on loan may buy itself, quote unquote, without you having to input your money. Number three is priority. So at the end of the day, when you are talking about personal finances, they are personal in nature. So if something is a priority to you, so for example, you are unwell or you have parents who are unwell, and they need a car as something that's a big priority for them, there is no logic that then places a need for paying cash before taking a car loan. If that is a priority to you, then at the end of the day, this is your money, and it may make financial sense for you to prioritize your needs. Number four is the value. So for some Kenyans, you may be able to afford a car by paying it in cash, but then it may mean that you will have to get a second-hand car. Some employers will not service certain cars beyond a certain period of time. So then you either buy the car that the employer will not service, or you get some more money, which can be through financing, and you get a car that the employer will service, or other benefits. So it depends on the value that you are getting with the money that you have today versus the value you will get by getting a car loan or by getting financing. That may see taking a car loan make more financial sense. Money254.co.ke has written more in detail about some of the considerations to make when buying assets, either in cash or through financing. Click on the link provided to learn more.